right, so we opened up our box from Mann Lake, and I had ordered 2 of the deep super 10 frame or 10 pack frames, and which is enough to give you 20 frames, and also 2 of the foundations. Well, as I opened up, I was a little confused as to where the foundation was, but found out that it is on back order, and I don't know when I'm going to get it. So I'm going to have to follow up with them and find out when I'll get that. But it's always good when you make a purchase like this, because it came in a box and it was very jumbled up. And I've heard a lot of feedback from other beekeepers online about Mann Lake really having a difficult time this year keeping up. And maybe on one hand that's good. I think some of the blame has been, everyone says, well, COVID, and maybe it's this. Maybe there's a lot of people staying home, so they're spending some more time with bees and that sort of thing. Maybe sometimes we can just use things as an excuse to do it poorly because we're too busy. I know I do that. So I just want to encourage you, when you order something like this, open it up and get it out and stack it and see what you have. So I've got over here 5 wide, 4 high. There's 20 of these, which there's 2 per frame. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 1 top per frame, 1 bottom. So I've got 40 total. I got 5 by 4, 5 by 4, and then again 5 by 4 here. So it looks like we're good as far as the frames go. We can get those built, and we can put the foundations in when they come, or we may have to look for some other foundations. The foundations are the plastics foundation with the wax already on them. This time of year, it's tough ordering them because potentially with the heat, you could come and you could lose the wax on there. So just be aware of that. They have to, I think online, you have to click something that you're aware that can happen. So we're just going to see what it looks like when these go together, and you'll notice that this particular board, these are for the side, they've got 2 different sizes, and they'll only go on correctly each board in one way. So the top of the frame has the wider notch in it, so that'll fit in here. So if we take 2 of these and we put them in like this, you can see sort of what I got going on here, and then the bottom will go into the narrow notch down here, and we'll get a finish nail and we'll nail these together. And basically what you'll have is you'll have a frame like this, and then we'll put the wax foundation in. And you can buy these a lot of different ways. These the frames for the foundation. This particular one, it just has the groove in the top and in the bottom, and so that's just what I'm going to go with. You can go with them on the side, you can go with them on holes if you run wire across your frames for starting points for the bees, and you don't have a foundation in there. Some people use a wire foundation, and that's okay too. I'm just going with what I've sort of always used and worked with. Again, everything I do, I'm not an expert at this, but I like to do it. So that's what I encourage you to do. Modern homesteading, just do it. Grow where you are, learn, get online, find other guys who aren't the best, learn from their mistakes, and I'll always share my mistakes with you, and then you can not make those mistakes. All right, we're going to assemble these, and we'll come back later. Okay, so I assembled the first frame, and I drilled the bottom. I'm going to show you that here in just a moment, but I wanted to get one assembled and show you sort of what it looked like. Now remember, we're using a 1 1/4 inch, what's called a 3D nail. So I'll just show you that. That's all we're using to put this together. It's a finish nail. Now you can use a shank nail if you want. Finish nail should do okay. But something to remember is, and this is the reason you want to drill, is you've got a groove in the bottom of this bottom board here. And so there's really not a lot of meat on that end. And if you just drive the nail through there, you're most likely going to split it. So I recommend doing a little pre-drill on the bottom of the frame, and we're just going to show you what I do with that. I've got a 1/16 of an inch drill bit here, and all I do is I just have a little, make sure that we're in the center here. And that's as simple as it gets. You don't get any simpler than that. Okay, and I like to make sure that we have the top board on the bottom here to use sort of as a jig as we build, and set that off to the side. So we sort of got this holding it up as a jig, and then we'll fit these down in here nice and tight. Make sure that they're good and square so that we're catching the board squarely on that end, and that it's not moving out. And that bottom board is only going to hold the board and the foundation in there, not in a structural way as much as keep her in there until the bees, once the bees put propolis and honey and everything on it, you don't really have to typically worry about it coming apart too much. So we have our bottom end, and again you can see right through here, you can see the bottom nail there, and the top I don't really worry too much about drilling. You just want to make sure that you're seated well, centered, and that your nail is going in square, so that it's grabbing the meat of the sidebar as you go down. So not complicated or anything like that, but save a little frustration by splitting that bottom board. So just like that, we got a couple of them done. We've got a lot more to do. I'll carry on while you guys go get a cup of coffee. Or whatever you drink when it's hot out. I drink coffee. Okay. Get it started. Alright, one last frame to do here. And it'd be nice if we had our foundations. We don't, so we'll go with what we have. So, a couple nails in the pre-drilled holes while it's down here. Yep, I know the video is going to shake and move. You see you had that one sitting on there upside down. You probably noticed that before I did. So, I told you get to see my mistakes. And there was one for you to see. Thankfully I didn't put it together that way, right? Although it wouldn't be the last time that I had to take something apart that I had put together and reassemble it. Alright, there's 20 frames. Now I just need foundations. Alright guys, this is a site that it has been bugging me for, I don't know, about a week and a half now. So I built these frames, and Mann Lake has my foundations on back order. No communication from them, other than this sheet that just says BO on it. No communication to it. So I had to get on, no refund either, by the way. So I had to get on Amazon. I got on Amazon, and even though I'm a Prime member, they didn't get it here in 2 days, but it's about 4 or 5 days. And so I just want to say hats off to Bee Castle out of Lexington, Kentucky, because Ta-da! I've got foundation. So I'm going to get these put together. I've also ordered a medium nuke or medium super to put on. And I received that today. And we're going to get those put onto the hive. All right, I want to show you how easy this is. I don't even have the, my camera stand or anything, but you remember I showed you how to build these frames. This is how simple putting in these foundations. So just pop that in down there. Put a little pressure in. Look at that, one-handed. All right, there we go. We're gonna get these out into the Beehive. Nice and simple, easy to do. We're gonna assemble them and get them out there. Okay, so one of the things that I did was I needed to order a medium super. Don't have a whole bunch of time to build it myself, which was the plan. So I ordered this through Amazon, made sure it was coming via the Amazon fulfillment center so that I would actually get it. Because I still have back ordered foundations from Mann Lake who've not fulfilled that back order. So we'll try to get this installed. Yeah,